Hello folks, it is July 4th weekend 2022 and I am finally able to get back out to the boat and get some work done. I think I might call this video something along the lines of the truth behind restoring an old sailboat. I guess it is becoming clearer and clearer that you have to liken it to long distance passages. You gotta wait for your weather windows and there's just nothing you can do. I've had all kinds of things get in the way this year. I got COVID. I had to install a French drain system in my backyard that took up weekends for a couple months. We had a couple funerals. I had to move my daughter back from down south. Just life gets in the way, so you gotta wait for the weather windows, the work windows. So hopefully I can get moving. So far, what I've done this year is this area here is 2 Thru-Hulls that I combined into one, so that's going to be one big patch. Obviously, I got another one here. This was the water intake for the head. This was the discharge from the head. I'm going with a composting toilet, so I can get rid of those two. Those two over there were for the engine, and we're doing the outboard lazarette conversion. I have to fill in where the prop came out. I am not going to fill in this aperture, and then there's a similar opening on the rudder because someday I might repower. I might go electric, so who knows. That's just the rudder. And that's what I'm doing. Hopefully today we'll get some of this grinding done and out of the way. Maybe actually get some fiberglass down. So back at it. And then there's also mini weather windows. Just little things that get in the way. For instance, I wanted to put my ladder up so we can get up the boat. And at some point this spring I got a bunch of firewood for campfires out back, and I piled it up right where my ladder goes. So I gotta move the firewood before I can put my ladder up. So I started moving the firewood, and my little wagon was full of rocks still from the French drain system. So I had to find a place to put those. So I dumped those and I started moving the firewood. And there's dog crap all over the place because I have 2 dogs. So I had to scoop the dog crap before I can move the firewood. So now I can move the firewood so I can put my ladder up so I can get to work on the boat. So just, these are the things you deal with. First spring day that's actually warm. This is actually more like summer. We got 80 degrees and sunny. I got this other project going on. So our backyard is an absolute disaster as far as moisture. So I'm going to be putting in some drainage. So far I got the dry well in. I'm going to be doing some lines across the whole yard and hopefully tying it into the storm sewer in the front. But in the meantime, I've got plenty to do on this beautiful creature. What we're working on today, since we finally are outside, I got these old Thru-Hulls now. So this is what we're doing today. I got my de-waxer to clean it up a little bit first. Grinder. Headphones with some tunes. Long sleeve shirt. There's a mask over there. Gloves. So here we go. Let's have some fun. Alright, so we've got a 12-to-1 taper, which is 6 inches for this 1/2 inch haul in this area. Alright, so I'm at a crossroads here. I'm not sure how to approach this. It didn't occur to me when I was looking at it that obviously these overlap. And I'm having a hard time justifying removing competent hull material here to open all of this up to build it up I'm thinking I may just do this one the right way, get that all done, let it cure, and then come back and do this one. And I'd be just taking a little bit of what I put in already, but not nearly as much as grinding down, you know, a ½ inch of this hull away. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I gave up on that plan. I just figured if I did this and then did this, I'm getting rid of, you know, a bunch of support for this one. So I'll just deal with it. So I got ground down. Yeah, I poke through here, so I'm pretty close to all the way down. This is just a thin layer, one layer of fiberglass on the inside that I put up just to back it. So I got down to that, and you can actually see the individual layers of fiberglass from the original layup. So you can see it's kind of a pretty good guide. You can see, you know, the tapering all the way back up and out. So I think I am good with this. My poor neighbors, this was loud. They're out and enjoying their first summer type day, and I'm grinding away, but it was only an hour. So I'm not going to do the other holes today because my hands are tingling and I'm sore. So alright, so we've got this one done. I'm pretty happy with the well, let me see if you can kind of see it that way. To there. Now this way can't use this because of the curve of the hull. And then I started over on the next one. Oh, I just have it down to the fiberglass. I got through the paint and the gel coat. And this is why part of the reason I designed this cradle that the boat is on. I have two in each corner, two supports in each corner. And one is because it's on the trailer, and you know, it needed to be more sturdy than just sitting in a boat yard. But the other is so that when I'm working on the boat, I can lower one, work underneath it, and she's still supported. So more grinding. I'm tired. All right, done with that one. I'm tired. That's sore. Overhead grinding sucks. Now I think what I'm gonna do, I have to fill in the prop aperture here. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do it. I mean, I'm gonna wrap this way, but I gotta put something in there. I don't know if I'm just gonna fill a thickened epoxy, put a little piece of plywood in there. I can't. My problem is there's so much of this gack that they used around the stuffing, around the packing. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get down in there and physically clean it up enough to put fiberglass on the inside. It's just there's all kinds of nooks and crannies, but I'll take another look. Alright, so I've moved down to the back where the prop came through. Found a lot of voids in the original work, so I ground it down to get more competent. Now I'm going to use a Dremel to clean this out as best I can and get some kind of backing in there, and I'll fill this with thickened epoxy and then just wrap a boatload of fiberglass over it. And here we are, all filled in. I managed to get some duct tape on the back side, and it's probably a good 1/2 to 3/4 inch thick plug in there of a thickened epoxy. And if I ever need it in the future, just drill it out. And we have cutouts. That's for that other one. More down there. So we're gonna get started here. I got 1/2 inch increments, 2.5 inches all the way up to 12.5 inches of I think it's 10-ounce cloth, 9-ounce cloth, something like that. We'll see how much it fills it in and go from there. So I'm gonna go up here, get some acetone on there, clean her up. Thin layer of thickened epoxy for the base to get the first level on there, layer on there, and then to start using unthickened epoxy to layer each one on. One down, 3 to go. And number 2. 1, 2. This one was more overhead than the first one, and then this one will be fairly at that level. 3 and 4. 2 for 1 deal here. That's where I was over there, and now trying to get this. We'll go over to the alright, happy July 4th. I got the front. This was the head outlet. This was the head inlet. This was the engine inlet, and it also had this little speedometer thing, which I'm not going to use because it didn't work. So that one's all set. I have to do a little more fairing on this one than the others, but plenty of layers there. She ain't going anywhere. And a whole bunch of layers right here to just kind of, I filled in the prop shaft hole with epoxy and then wrapped, I don't know how many layers, several, many layers around that of 9-ounce cloth. So that ain't going anywhere. And there we go. So it was a productive July 4th weekend. And the next thing I think I'm going to work on, I don't know, one of the next things I'm going to work on, I've still got that crack up underneath, right in here. So I got to get that guy ground out as much as I can and wrap a whole boatload of fiberglass around that as well. And I'm going to call that a video, so I will put this up and I will see you next time. So take care. Bye.